it's Sarah. I'm here to share another junk journal with you guys. I made this journal using this paper collection, My Bestie's Basic Vintage. It's an 8x8 paper collection. There's 8x8 papers in this collection, and those are some of the ones that are in it. So this is what I come up with. It is using the cards as how I made it. So I have a tutorial for that. I just recently uploaded that. And I will tell you a little bit about it. So on the front covers, I used this embossed fabric that I've been using on several different one of my journals. I decided to make a corset out of it as a kind of like a belt. So that's what I decided to do. What I did is I added some eyelets, 3 different spots. I laced up some of the seam binding to go through it. I will open this up. It just goes the whole way around. So then you just untighten it. And then it slides off. And in the inside, I lined it with lace. I don't know if any of you guys have not used this before, or if you haven't used it before. It is kind of like a unfinished kind of look, and it is I guess I can't explain it any more than that. It's unfinished kind of look, so I decided to line it with lace. So that's that, and then I decided that I was going to cover the card. Outside of the card, that's a cream ivory color. I inked everything up with, let's see, frayed burlap. And it's Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And I layered on this paper. It's not part of that paper collection. It's actually this paper right here. It's 12 by 12. And so that's what it is. I can't get it all in frame at once. But I'm pretty sure I got that at Walmart. So I used that to line the front of the cover the whole way around. And then I used 2 different colors for the seam binding. I added an extra tie closure to that. Excuse me. Because I wasn't sure how the belt corset kind of deal was going to work. So that's why I added the extra closure to it. Plus, I like having the extra closure. It gives it extra security. And if you don't want to put the corset on the front of it or on the top of it every single time that you were to use it, then you have that option. And then I layered this light pink lace on top of that. So let's open it up. So inside on the front cover, I have this lace pocket, and I lined some seam binding across, and I placed a little flower doily and added a brad to it, and added these flat back pearls on either side with some of this trim here. Then I added a glassine bag right here, placed it on the side, and I added 2 of these little tags. Inside the pocket there. They have a little bit of lines on the back of them. Then I added 2 of the bigger tags, and they have lines on the back as well. And then I added 2 of these journaling cards. So those just get tucked back in there. On the front page, I layered some of the paper on there and added some trim. On the other page, if you can tell, this is sideways crooked. So what I did is I added the paper from the collection on the front to try to even it out, because it looked funky when I first opened up the journal in the beginning. So that's what I did with that, and then I just layered some of the paper on there, and I decided to follow this funky pattern, and I just laid it on there, and then I added these 3 tags, made that a tuck spot as well, and then I left this part open, and I added a piece of paper, a little note paper here for journaling. Then on the inside over here, this is the glassine bag. It's coffee dyed. Add a little belly band. Use that doily punch on the side. Add this little tag. It says, "Friends are special, treasures of the heart." And then add some of that rose trim. Inside, I just added coffee dyed paper. That just tucks in there. There's another tuck spot here. This is the back of an envelope. I left it plain to journal on. Add another journaling tag here. It's an envelope upside down for a tuck spot. Added this definition, wonderful. Then this is a coffee dyed tag that I used. I just placed it on this paper clip, added some of this ribbon here, and I coffee dyed this tag on top using one of those grill pans to get the circles on it. Add some seam binding, layered some of the paper here, made a tuck spot, added some coffee dyed paper. This page, I added some of the paper to it, and I added another. And on this page, I added some of this trim, and then every page that is the start of another card is lined with paper, and then I added a little journaling note to the side of it. So underneath here is 1, 2. Then this is Kool-Aid dyed paper, and I added some coffee dyed tag to that. Added some trim. And this coffee dyed paper smells so, this Kool-Aid dyed paper smells so good. Then this is a doily. This is a note folded like the old-fashioned letter way. It's just this is a printout you can get on Etsy. And it is just folded using the old-fashioned letter folding way. Thought that was kind of cute. And then this is, I didn't open that one up. And then there's a tuck spot there. There's the paper, and then there's journaling space, or journaling note paper, like this, behind here. Same as this one. And this is open, you can journal there. Added a couple tags here. This is a belly band. I added one of these jelly bean sacks, and I added a tag in from there. And this is that paper you can get at Hobby Lobby. I think it's Country Road. I'm not quite sure, but it's in a pack that you can get at Hobby Lobby. I love that paper. And then I added some trim here. This is the tuck spot here. Add this little tag. Made a tuck spot there. You can journal over top of that. This is coffee dyed paper, or yeah, and I made a little tag out of that. On this side, I layered a doily on there, and I added together with a little butterfly here. Added a tag up here with some fibers on it. Okay, and then this opens up, and I add a little butterfly there, and this is magnetic closure, so that butterflies hide in my magnet. And then this pulls down, and you can journal here, and journal here, you can journal over the tag. So that flips back up. Over here I had another journaling tag that's made out of chipboard, lightweight chipboard. Then I layered some seam binding with a little bit of lace on top, and I tied some chiffon ribbon that I hand ripped into a little knot, and you flip it over here, and I add some seam binding here, and this folds down, and this right here is another tuck spot. And you just tie this back up, which I'll do later. Then here you have a pocket with some journaling paper back there, and I use this clock here for a little tuck spot, and I just added some of these keys and a little tag. You can journal on that as well. And those just get tucked back here. I just used one of those little Tim Holtz binder clips. Little bindering clips. Then I just attached it using that little star brad. On this side, I used some of the trim. On this side here, I added a little butterfly, and it's hiding that brad on the other side there. A little glue string. Added some that trim there. Added some seam binding with a doily, and added some butterfly cluster there. Inside here is just another way of folding a piece of paper, the old-fashioned letter way. And that's the other side of that printout that I got off of Etsy. and it's just folded up. I'm sure it looks way different if you fold it using a normal letter size. I was just messing around, different techniques, different ideas. And that gets tucked in there. Then I just added seam binding here and added some of that lace trim. Added a tag, coffee dyed paper, some more tuck spots here, paper, tuck spots, a tag there, envelopes upside down. These envelopes I found at Tuesday Morning. They're actually recycled, and they're and I added the paper here, and then added a tag here on this envelope that's upside down. And this is a handmade envelope. I don't know if you can tell, it has the fibers throughout it. It's really cool. And then you flip it over, and I added the tag here and a little bit of that ribbon. I think you can notice the fibers better on the side. Those fibers cool. I just thought they were neat. And then this doily, and then Kool-Aid dyed paper with the big tag. It's coffee dye with some seam binding and some more ribbon on the side. More of the paper, a tuck spot there with journaling in there, and a tuck spot on this side with journaling paper in there, paper there, another lightweight chipboard tag. I placed a doily with the little the paper here. You can journal on top of that. Flip it over. I added a glassine bag with a tag inside there, and I left this open so this could be a tuck spot as well. Another tag. That's the other side of the envelope for a tuck spot. Added a doily. Made a tuck spot there. Added a tag. And then I added a little butterfly here. And this says beautiful. Another tag here. And when I coffee dyed these, I placed the doily on top. Do that impression. Well, not impression, but left that. Added a butterfly here. This flips open. You can journal here. And there's a tuck spot here. And I have journaling paper here. And then this is left open here for another tuck spot. Has a little journaling paper in there. Then on this, I made another file folder pocket add-on here. Similar to my other journal I just showed you recently, the love or faith and love one. So you have a pocket here. I added these two tags in there with that journaling spot there. Then I added this little tag here. Then you flip it down, and this is all open here for a photo. And then you can journal on top of here. And I added paper here to journal on top, journal on there. When this flips up, this flips open, you can journal here. Added a little journaling card here. This flips down. There's a little tag here. It flips up. You can journal on that. A little tuck spot there. You can journal here. Journal over that. Added another paper here. Actually, it's not a paper, it's a tag. Add another tag here. Then you open this up here, and this pulls down, and you can journal over that and journal over here. And this is also open back here. My tag was a little too big, so my tag can't fit back there, but you can slide all that back there. Tie that back up later. So this is my junk journal here. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I will see you when I see ya. Later.